You guys already know what this one is. Oh, this is a heavy one. This is the one you may not want to hear today, but you're here to hear it because there's something inside you that's telling you that you're ready to hear this message. Because I'm telling you right now, I've engaged in so much lust, it's disgusting. Like, I am not embarrassed to say it because I want to help you. And I know the hole that it put me in. I know the darkness. I know the devil. I know the demons that it caused. Like, it's so dark. And honestly, it's not the way to live. You're creating hell for yourself. Okay? That's all the ego of, oh, I don't want to let that go. I want to find the baddest chick. I want to bang all these chicks. And it's like, you don't realize it doesn't matter however many you get, however hot they get, it's not going to fill your cup. Nothing's going to fill your cup but you walking in alignment with God, with your higher self, fulfilling the purpose, the mission that you have. Okay, I can tell you this from truth because I engaged in the drugs. I engaged in the alcohol. I engaged in the porn. I engaged in the junk food. I engaged in all the vices. And they all left me empty. Okay, and it came from me finally saying, dude, how many times are you going to do this and it's not going to do anything for you? It's just, you're just going to feel like shit after. I had to go through that so many times for me to finally say, fuck, I can't. I just can't do this anymore. This sucks. Okay, it was then that I actually looked at myself in the mirror and told myself, hey, I can't do this anymore. It's at that moment that I started to change. Okay. You're either in lust or in alignment with God. Okay. There's no in between. There's no in the middle. It's one or the other. Okay. And chances are, if you're a young man and you're watching this, you're engaging in porn. And it may not even be as extreme as that, but honestly, that's pretty minimal at this level, at the level that society is at now. That's not that extreme. Okay, you're probably engaging in porn, but even on a lesser level, you're seeing models, you're seeing girls on Instagram that are revealing themselves in bikinis or lingerie or sexy clothing or whatever it is. It's triggering those ideas in your mind. It's lustful thinking. Okay, it's so easy nowadays for you to engage in lust. It's everywhere. Girls have plastic surgery. Girls are revealing clothing. There's dating apps. There's social media. There's all kinds of things that are right around the corner for you to engage in lust. This is why this is so important, because that's draining your energy. That is energy that you are expending and you don't even realize it. Okay, lust is the devil's trap. Okay, key, lust is the illusion of connection. It separates you from your spirit. Okay, you think that you're connected to her. You think that you have a connection, but it's really the devil in disguise. Okay, it's separating you from your spirit, from the true nature of yourself, which is God. It feels good for a moment, but it drains your soul. It drains your soul. It's so pleasurable. Believe me, I know. It's so pleasurable in that moment. And that high is so great in that moment. But it leaves you just drained. It leaves you just like scratching your head like, dude, I can be so much more. And the thing is that you don't even realize how much that little moment is sacrificing so much of your soul in becoming the person that you actually want to be. It's in that moment that you are sacrificing all your potential. Lust pulls you into the flesh, away from your purpose. Okay, you're feeding into the body's cravings, the body's desires. It's pleasure at that point. You're only seeking pleasure, the body, the immediate, the now, rather than your purpose. Rather than staying in alignment with your higher self and becoming the person that you actually want to be, instilling the behaviors, the actions, the thoughts, the energy, for you to actually become the person that you want to be. The thoughts, the actions, and the energy of the person that you actually want to be. You have to embody that person right now. Okay? Every time you give in, you're feeding lower energy. You're feeding the devil. You're feeding your limited self. And this is all I teach in the Higher Self community. By removing the vices from your life and doing these daily habits that I teach, you start to elevate and you start to become aware of your oneness with God, with your higher self. And that vision becomes so clear to you as the reason why you are here. And all you think of is how to fulfill that, how to embody that version of you now. And the more and more that you do the daily habits and you refrain from the instant pleasure and you instill the discipline like I teach, the more you're elevating your spirit to actually becoming the person that you were always meant to be in this life. Number 2, God can't work through a contaminated vessel. You see, when you engage in the vices, when you engage in the instant pleasure and the instant gratification, you are contaminating your body, your vessel. This is the temple of the Spirit. Okay, if you bring those things into your life, you willingly poison yourself with alcohol, you willingly harm your body with drugs, you engage in sexual stimulation with porn, you trash your body with the junk food, you're bringing harm to your body for instant highs. You're using your body for instant highs. And what's that going to come? What's going to come from that? Pain. You will receive instant pleasure, you're going to receive long-term pain. Instant pain, instant suffering, long-term pleasure. You go through the workout right now, you wake up early, you refrain from the instant pleasures, you eat clean, you stay away from the vices. That's all short-term pain. Oh, it sucks. Believe me, it sucks. I know. But after being on the other side of it now for over a year of the instant pleasures of the vices, for years, I haven't drank and I haven't done drugs in over 4 years. I haven't watched porn in over a year. I haven't engaged in junk food in over a year. Like, when you refrain from it that long, it doesn't even bother you anymore. You're actually so thankful because you're like, wow, those things no longer hold control over me. I don't even have the itch to do them anymore. This is the place that everyone wants to get to, but no one's willing to go through the short-term pain. No one's willing to go through what they have to go through to refrain from it, to release themselves from it. Those are demons within you. And once they're gone, you've released them from your spirit. They're gone. They've dissolved. They no longer hold weight over you. Okay. Key, when you're filled with lust, there's no room for divine guidance. God's not able to speak to you because you're engaged in the devil. You need to let that go in order for the divine guidance to come into your life. God speaks through stillness, not through chaos. Your clarity, power, and direction come when your vessel is clean. Your clarity, your power, and your direction comes when your vessel is clean. And I'm telling you, you keep doing these daily habits day in and day out. You elevate your spirit. You start to gain that clarity. You start to realize your true power. Because you are not all those negative things, all those limited things, all those vices, all those demons. That's not you. And the more that you refrain from them and the more that you elevate your spirit by doing the daily habits, you start to see who you truly are and who you were always meant to be. Because God put that vision in you before you were even born. But you can't see it right now because you're engaged in so much of the devil that God can't even show it to you. It's not available to you right now because you're not hooked up. You're not aligned. You're not connected. And that only comes when you do the daily disciplines and you refrain from the vices. Okay, start doing these daily habits and you start to align above and align within, and this vision is shown to you. He gave you a purpose. You are unique. You are a one of one. There's never been you. There will never be you again. Don't you understand? You have a specific calling, a special calling that you are to fulfill in this life. But you have to align within in order for you to see it. In order for him to actually give it to you. He already gave it to you, but you can't see it right now. Okay? You can't walk two paths at the same time. You can't walk two paths at the same time. You can't walk in divine purpose while chasing empty pleasure. It's a choice. Purpose over pleasure always. That's what's going to get you the real results that you want. Okay, what do you want? What do you want? You want to drink and you want to do drugs. You want to watch porn and you want to eat junk food and you want to be a piece of shit. You want to be lazy. You want to be someone who doesn't follow through on his word and who lies to themselves just to gain some instant pleasure that always leaves you empty. Who's out of shape. Who doesn't have money. Who doesn't live in congruence with their conscience and is a mess and is acting out on others and hating. You don't hate when you're aligned within. When you're whole, when you're walking in alignment with your higher self, with God, with your purpose, you don't hate. Because you know you're walking your path and no one else's path has anything to do with your path. So why would you act out on anyone? You wouldn't. Because no one has anything to do with your path. Okay? This only comes from spiritual alignment. Okay? Number 3, alignment requires discipline. Okay? Living in alignment with God requires daily sacrifice. It's daily sacrifice. But I'm telling you, this is what's going to get you everything that you've ever desired and more. Everything that you've ever desired and more. Because I know you want to be in shape. I know that you want to have money. I know that you want to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. I know you want to be well loved, liked, admired, respected by everyone. I know you want to fulfill the purpose that you have in this life so that you can actually be whole and complete from within, because you are living in complete alignment with your higher self, with the person you were always meant to be. That's the greatest experience that you could possibly have in this life. It's for you to actually walk in alignment with who you were meant to be in this life. Okay? Saying no to instant gratification equals saying yes to God. Okay? Each act of discipline builds your spirit. Builds your spirit. Not takes away from it like the vices. All the vices do is weaken your spirit. It weakens your will. When you master your body, you unlock your true power. You see, your body wants to watch porn. Your body wants to engage in lust. Your body wants to eat the junk food. Your body wants to sleep in. But what's that going to do for you? All that's going to weaken you. All that's going to not get you the results that you actually want. Okay, so when you start doing the daily habits, you start to align above, you start to elevate your spirit, you start to discipline your body and say, no, we're waking up at this time. We're doing this at this time. We're getting a workout in. We're eating clean. We're not going to eat the junk food. We're not going to do the drugs and the alcohol or the porn or the lust or any of the other vices. I don't care if it's tobacco or cigarettes or chewing tobacco or whatever it may be. Any vice. None of it. It serves no purpose in your life, and you shouldn't even think that it's even an option. That's not normal. Okay? Or it may be normal in society standard, but it's not natural. That's not a natural way for you to live. Okay? These things are harming you. And they're limiting you. And the second that you remove them from your life is the second that your life starts to improve. Number 4, love honors, lust consumes. Love honors, lust consumes. Key, real love uplifts and aligns with truth. Lust only serves the ego. Lust only serves the ego. And what does that do? That leaves you empty. And what is that? That's the devil. The ego is the devil. Okay? If it dishonors your spirit, it isn't love. If it's harming you internally, That's not love. That is not love. God brings relationships that elevate your calling, your purpose, that elevate it, not distract from it. Okay, I was involved in a relationship where I was with the girl for 7 years, engaged for 3 years, and I was engaged in lust. She was very attractive and everything that I wanted in terms of physical attractiveness, and I lost myself. I was not on my purpose. I had no idea what was taking place. I was in complete chaos. All of those years I look back and I'm like, wow, like I bent, I broke, I folded to do all different kinds of things for her. And it all left me empty. It left me disrespected. It left me weaker as a man. It left me emasculated, and it was embarrassing. And it was through that experience that I realized how important it is for a man to be on his purpose no matter what. And to fall weak to the flesh, to fall weak to a woman's beauty is the ultimate emasculation, and it's the saddest thing that a man could do. Okay, and I'm telling you this from experience. So I've been through it. It sucks. You don't want to live by lust. It's going to ruin you. Okay? It distracted me from my purpose. Don't confuse desire with love. Okay? When you really desire someone, you're super attracted to that person. Don't confuse that with love. Okay? Understand there's deeper things at play. Like if the person is actually contributing to your life, helping build you, bringing you peace, like actually reciprocating interest. Like there's different things that the thing is that when you're engaged in that lust, when you're engaged in that desire, you don't like, everything goes out the window and that's all that you want. And that's the devil. You're not thinking straight. Okay? What excites your flesh may not feed your soul. It may not feed your soul. Most of the times it doesn't. Because if it's coming with that instant pleasure, that instant gratification, that urgency, like I need this now, it's going to weaken you. And it already has. Because nothing should be holding that weight over you, ever. Okay? The final truth, you cannot serve two masters. Every moment you're either feeding your flesh, feeding the devil, feeding your short-term pleasures, feeding lust, feeding the instant gratification, or you're following God, or you're following discipline, or you're following your purpose. Okay, you choose. So thanks for tuning in. If you want to join us in the Higher Self community, start walking the path that you were meant to walk in this life. Start instilling discipline in your life. Start doing the daily habits so that the lust is removed from your life. The drinking, the drugs, all the vices are removed from your life. All the negative people, the negative relationships, the negative things in your life that are not serving you, so you can elevate with your higher self and walk the path that you are meant to walk in this life. Click the link in the description, join us in that, and we'll see you in the next one.